You're 50 years old. You have 250,000 squirreled away in your IRA or 401k. You're going to work another 10 years. What does your retirement plan look like? That's what we're going to talk about here today at the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. I'm going to show you the nuts and bolts of retirement plan for a 50-year-old person. We'll just say they're single, and how it can really be a lot more painful from a tax perspective than you might be aware. And I'm going to follow this one up with a video on the net investment income tax. And again, how that could affect you drastically, even though you don't think you're all that in a bag of chips. You're like, I'm just a guy working, making $75,000 a year. None of these tax stuff should affect me. Ooh, how wrong you are. So let's dive right into it. As always, if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. Look at that brainwashing. Subscribe. Then comment and thumbs up always help as well, the YouTube algorithm. So let's dive right into this. So I thought it'd be interesting. Take someone who's 50 years old. They've squirreled away $250,000 in an IRA or 401k. They're going to work another 10 years, and then they're going to hang up their boots. And they're like, hey, Josh, this is a theoretical situation, but some that might affect a lot of you guys out there. What am I looking like? How will things shake out? And so what we'll do is at 60, then we're going to stop working, and then we'll figure something out. But I just want to show you how big it can be, how big your retirement liquid net worth can get if without doing much, frankly. It's nuts, actually. And then, of course, the larger it gets, the more taxes you have to pay. So let's go to my trusty spreadsheet here. And I also got my trusty BA 12 plus by Texas Instruments. So basically what's happening, we're $250,000 at 50 years old. We're going to work another 10 years, and we're going to put $6,000 a year into our retirement account, again, being an IRA or 401k. We expect to get 7% rate of return because we're equity investors, and we're going to be in there the long term. Thus, we're expecting to get long-term like results, stock market like, and 7% is not unreasonable at all. And we're just going to put $6,000 in at the beginning of the year, each and every year for 10 years. So you can change these numbers. It doesn't matter. At the end of the 10 years, we have $574,000 in our account. So now we're 60 years old. We got $574,000 in there. And now we stop working. But now we're not going to take income from the IRA. We're not. We're just going to leave it be for whatever reason. We're not touching it. Maybe we have other sources of income. Just in this case, I don't care. We're going to look at, I want to start what it looks like when you're 70. So we're still getting that 7% rate of return. So just simple, at 7% rate of return, we basically double our money in 10 years. So now we have $1.13 million. So again, we are 250,000 with one at 50. We're 1.13 million at 70 with having done nothing extraordinary. And we are a millionaire, if you can believe that. It's crazy. All we've done is add $6,000 a year to an account for 10 years, or $500 a month for 10 years. That's it. That's $60,000. That's just not extraordinary. At 50 years old, it's not that hard to do. And we haven't got, look, if we got 10% rates of returns, watch this. We have 1.9 million in there. We're not, again, swinging for the fences. Well, we got 5% rate of return. We got less than $1 million, but still, we have a pretty good amount. We have more than $750,000 in there. So that's not so bad. So now we're 70 years old, and we know RMD's got to start kicking in. So what we do is we take that 1.13 that we started the year with, we take out a required minimum distribution. So we take $41,000 distribution from that account, which means we have 1.089 million at the after we take that RMD out. But that account can grow at 6% in this case. We can make it grow whatever we want, 6, 7, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying 6 because we made it a little bit more conservative. At the end of the year, we got 1.15 million. And then we do the same thing. We start 1.15, we take out our RMD, and here's the RMD table, 27.4, 26.5. And what you do is you simply take the beginning of the year, or actually it's really the end of the year balance, divide by the divisor there based on your age. So in this case, we take that right there, our end of the year balance, which is also coincides with the beginning of the year, divide by 26.5, that gives us our $43,000 required minimum distribution. To subtract that number from the beginning of the year balance, that gives us the starting after the RMD balance. You times that by 1.06, our rate of return. And we keep doing this, and we keep going down, just doing every single year. Now we're, 80 years old. Now we're 82 years old. We got 1.306 million in our account. We've taken significant amount of money off there. And again, we only get 6% rate of return. That's not extraordinarily high. So now we have an RMD of $76,000. And finally, our RMDs are making our account value drop. Before that, we had 1.293, 1.3, 1.305. 1.306. Now, finally, we're going down the precipice. We're looking down at the bottom of the mountain here, and slowly but surely, we're going down the mountain. So 76,000 is our RMD. All right, so 76,000 is our required distribution. So we come over here, and we're just saying, hey, at what year was that? That was 12 years out. So we're going now 12 years. We started Social Security at $30,000. Okay, so we have Social Security, and we adjusted it each and every year at 1.026. We're going to do that for 12 years because we have our Social Security benefits growing at 2.6% as well. So we got we got 30,000, 31,000. We got 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. All right, so we have $40,822 of Social Security, plus we have our RMD. What did I say? 70. I think we actually right here 76,380. So we actually have 41,000 Social Security, 76,000 of our RMD. Our total income is 100. Is these two guys right here? So our total income is that. That's our RMDs plus this. All right, that's our total income, $118,000. Again, you are 50 years old and just started with $250,000. You did nothing extraordinary at all. Now, of that, that's our total income. 118. Let's get rid of that. All right. So, but our provisional income in terms of how much our Social Security is taxed is only $97,000. So the thing that jumps out to me though is how do we figure out what happens here? Because at this stage, we have a lot of income that we have to declare as taxable income. And I'm just telling you right now, what's going to happen is 85% of your Social Security. So we're going to have 85% of 41,883. So we take our trusty calculator, 41,883 plus our RMD, 76,380. We're going to have 118. Oh, I should have just done it like that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We got to take. So let's do that. There's a method to my madness here. So let's do this. We're going to do equals this times 0.85. All right. And then we're going to do equals this right here. And we're going to add these two guys up. Equals that plus that. All right, so we have $111,000 of adjusted gross income because 35% of our Social Security, 85% of our Social Security is subject to income tax, and the entirety of our RMD is subject to income tax. Our AGI is $111,000. Now, if we take our trusty old Medicare premium thing here, and if I can find it in my files of all these different papers I have here, and I probably can't. I was cleaning out the other day, and I don't know where it is because I was doing all this cleaning on Medicare stuff. Yeah, I'll have to find it later. But anyway, I don't know if it's on my man Jim Lang. He put his premium on Medicare. Yeah, I don't see it. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we are going to have higher Medicare Part B and Part D premiums simply. It's right here. Yes, we are. So in 2018, if you're yearly 2018 and if you have income, if you're a single taxpayer and you have income, your modified adjusted gross income, which is that right there, is above 107. You're going to have another 100. You're going to double your Medicare premiums, double right there. Medicare Part B will be $267, and your Medicare Part D will be another $35 as well. So what was costing you $170 is now going to cost you $370 or $340 or so just on Medicare Part B and Part D because you were $250,000 at 50 years old and you did nothing extraordinary. You just saved a little bit of money. You invested it decently. Again, not anything fantastic. That's what happens when you're 50 years old with $250,000 and you just squirrel money away in an IRA. It's only going to get more painful too, because watch this. So now our RMDs, look at this. We have 90,000 here. And how old are we? Oops, let me get my big mug out of the way. We're only 86 years old. So now we have 90,000 there, and our Social Security is 46,000 there. So, I mean, it's just going to get painful, because once we break 133, our Medicare premiums go to 348. They triple. All right. Once they break 160, our Medicare premiums quadruple. Pretty painful, isn't it? You didn't do anything. Oh, but I don't need a Roth, because a Roth is taxable now. Yeah. Roth might be taxable now, but has no effect on your Medicare premiums. It doesn't. It just is none whatsoever. Medicare, the Medicare that you pay was a 2.4 or 2.2. I can't remember, 2.6. I forgot what it is. Off the top of my head, does it say on my paper here? I don't think so. 2.6, 7.65, 6.25. Yeah, it's 2.4% is your Medicare. 7.65 is your obligation total, of which 6.25 is through, so it's 2.4, something like that you're paying a Medicare premium whenever it comes out of your payroll. That's not affected here. I mean, it will be a little bit. You're going to pay a little bit more, but you're going to pay a whole lot more for the rest of your life with these RMDs, because once you have the RMDs, there's no getting around it unless you give it to church. There's no other way, or to charity, no other way around that. And that's just being 50 years old at 7% rate of return, and only adding $60,000. And if you start adding, you add $500 a month, and they had $500 a month, and we got $12,000. All right, and now we're at $657,000 by the time you're 60, and then 1.3 by the time you're 70. And let's say we got an interest rate of 9%. I mean, watch this. Now you're up to 1.832, and again, that's not anything extraordinary, my friends. That's not fantastic. It's just not. Let's go back to 6,000, boink, and that's going to be 574. Now let's see. This is we'll say this is 1.07. Let's see how that changes it. I mean, you're just talking. Look at this. Now at 82, you have 85,000 of RMDs. I mean, we can mess with these numbers till we're blue in the face, but either way, the facts are you're going to have some significant tax consequence just being a 50-year-old person who's single, scoring away a little bit of money, and on top of that, having just a decent rate of return. We're not talking extraordinary. So the point of this, take advantage of the tax code that years from 60 to 70, when you have no earned income, is a wonderful, wonderful mechanism to really start paying the taxes. You're going to pay some, but use that time right there to really start using the tax code to your advantage. I hope this helps. I know it's a lot to chomp on. I'm going to do another video solely on the net investment income tax here in just a second, for the fourth reason why you should do a Roth IRA, because the net investment income tax is really, it can bite you like crazy. So as always, like what you see. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, share it if you find it helpful. Start doing your tax planning now. Don't wait until you're 60. Certainly don't wait till you're 70. I'm not saying it's too late. It's never too late. But, man, the opportunity that you have right now is incredible. So, all right, we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.